In this video, we're going over our first impressions on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. If you want to stay up to date on all the mobile technology coming out and learn cool tips, tricks, and hidden features, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell to turn on post notifications so you can be alerted every time we post new videos. Today we're going to be going over our first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip and specifically why we're really thinking about keeping this phone. So let's go ahead and jump right in. This video is going to be broken up into 3 parts. So the first part is going to be what we love about the phone. The second part is going to be the things that we're not sure about yet. And the third part is going to be the things that we don't like. So we want to keep it real. There's definitely a lot that I love about the phone, but don't love everything. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing I love about this phone is just the slim profile and the good feel. Now, the phone is a lot longer than the average smartphone, but it feels really great in the hand, and you're actually able to hold the phone and type a lot better because it is a slimmer profile. So that's been one of the things I really have enjoyed about the phone. It's easy to reach from left to right. It's really easy to type on the phone, and I think just this slimmer profile is what I like. Phones are getting bigger, and unfortunately, it's making it so it's harder and harder to use a phone with one hand. And so I love the fact that this one is a little bit slimmer and easier to hold and to use. Now, one of the downsides of it being so slim and tall is that it's really difficult to reach when you're holding the phone like this to the top of the screen. But with a quick change in the settings under gestures, you are able to use the fingerprint sensor to swipe down your notification panel. We have a tips and trick video coming out, and we'll go over how to make that adjustment. So stay tuned for that video. It is coming soon. The next thing I love about this phone is multitasking is so much easier and simpler on this phone. On the right side of the phone, you have a little toggle here where swiping brings up your multi-window menu, and I can easily open 2 apps in split screen. YouTube, for example, I use a lot. And you just go and tap those apps and you can open them up in split screen. Just that easy. It's never been that easy to do split screen on a phone. And it's not just those 5 favorite apps. You can hit the menu button down here, and then you've got all your other apps that support multi-window. Split screen works so great on this phone, and it's one of the reasons why I really love the phone. One thing, note to Samsung if you're watching, give us the ability to save presets. So maybe I watch a lot of YouTube and at the same time I watch or I'm on Twitter. It'd be nice to be able to save this preset so when I swipe over, I could just tap and bring in that group of those 2 apps. Samsung has had that on older devices, and for some reason they didn't put it in this one. Samsung, if you're listening, put that in. We'd love to have that. Let's move on to our third thing, which is the flex mode. So the phone being able to go upright like this doesn't seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but for me to have used this phone for the last 72 hours, I'm in love with this feature. I use it a ton. What I was really excited about when I saw that the phone could sit up like this is, what's it like if I want to watch a YouTube video? Maybe I'm cooking in the kitchen or I'm sitting at my desk. How easy it is to just switch into that mode, and it's great. The phone just goes right up into that position. Now, it's a little tricky to get the videos to sit up in that position just yet, or to be on the top half of the screen. I've tested it with a few apps that it does work good with. So just to show you an example, if you wanted to have a YouTube video at that top screen, you would need to open YouTube. Let's just say we play this video, and then I would swipe over again and open up Twitter, for example. Now I would tap the video and basically make it full screen, and that would allow you to then have the phone in the upright position like this and just have the video play at the top of the screen. Samsung, you need to fix that. And I actually, from what I've heard, there is an update coming that's going to make YouTube work better with this. But ultimately, it's not bad as long as you know how to do what I just did. But if you don't do that, then the video won't play right at the top screen like I just did. So I've tested this with YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video. And it doesn't work with Netflix. Netflix, when you play a video, it goes right to the full landscape position, and it doesn't give you an option to change it. So it didn't work with Netflix. It does work with Hulu. Hulu will allow you to have just one video at the top while you do something else. So some apps do it, some don't. This phone literally just came out, so I'm sure updates are coming, but until then, it is limited in terms of watching video on the first half of the screen in the flex position. The next thing about the flex position that, again, we're kind of still in that same reason there. So in this flex position, I could see myself in a meeting, for example, easily recording the meeting in this position very discreetly and very easily. So I thought that was kind of cool. I could have this on the table, hit record, and I could record a meeting I'm watching, for example, or I'm present at. So I thought it was cool for that. It is cool for video chatting. I don't do a lot of video chatting, so I didn't really care. A lot of the commercials are geared towards video chatting and it being in the upright. I don't use that too much. I did use it once with Facebook Messenger. It works fine. So it's good for that. And the last thing is what I call nightstand mode. So if you turn on the always on display setting, when your phone is off, you can actually have a little display on the screen at nighttime. So, when all your lights are off, you've got a little alarm clock there, and whatever is on your always on display will show up on the screen. So I thought this flex mode, this has a lot of potential of different things you can use it for, which is part of the reason why I like that the phone does this. Moving on to the fourth reason why we love this phone, it's going to be the full array of flagship features. So the phone is not lacking in anything. You're getting wireless charging, fast charging, power share. You got a dual camera on the back. Just about everything you would find on a flagship Samsung phone, which is what I love. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything by having this phone. The only main thing you miss is on the S20, you're getting a lot of new zoom capabilities. You get 8K video recording. You don't have those features on this phone. You do have to make a decision on what's more important to you, but as long as you're okay with not having some of those new features, you're not really missing out. Our last reason that we like this phone is going to be the storage capability. It does come with 256 gigs of internal storage. Now, the downside is the memory is not expandable, so that 256 is all you get. Let's move on to our second section, which is the things that we're not so sure about yet. One of them is going to be the durability. So Jerry Rig Everything's video just came out, kind of really showing the flaws in the screen and how it may not be fully glass, but sort of glass in the design of things. But I'll say it's too soon to tell. I haven't had any bad experiences with the phone yet. I will say that my 2-year-old did drop the phone earlier this morning, dozed off, and she grabbed it off the table and dropped it. Now, granted, she's only 3 feet tall, so it wasn't a big drop, and the phone was closed, so there was no damage, but we'll kind of keep you updated on that. We're going to do a full review later, and we'll go over if we feel that durability has changed, but at this point, I don't have a lot of questions yet, but it's only been 72 hours, so grain of salt. The next thing we're not sure about yet is the battery life. Now, I did use it for the last couple of days, and it made it through the whole day. Now, granted, I haven't transferred every single thing that I normally use on a smartphone yet. So once I have my whole life on this phone and all those apps running, I'll get a better idea of how this 3300 milliamp battery phone actually does get me through the day. The last category, which is what I don't like about the phone. So the first thing that I really don't care for about the phone is the front screen is just so darn limited. I just want it to do more. Right now, the only things I've seen it do are if someone calls you, you can answer from here, and it does answer right to speakerphone, which I do like. Very convenient. You can see the time, your battery, and the date, and you can swipe over to see some of your notifications, your top 3 notifications. You can also hit the power button twice to launch the camera, and then you can use your volume buttons to take pictures. So that's cool, but this screen can do more. For example, I was playing music recently, and you can't pause a song or change a song. Why not? That's an easy one. Like, it should be able, if a song is playing, I should be able to tap the screen and see, play, forward and back. Like, give us some basic music controls. I think that's a very easy thing that they can do. The second thing is if you have an active timer on your phone that's running, you should be able to see that timer countdown in this screen as well. I mean, there are very small, minute things they could make this screen do, but I wanted to do more. It's got to do more than just show the time and if someone's calling me, or to be able to read a text message. Like, I know they can do more. Samsung, if you're listening, make it do more. We want more from it. Even another thing, so right now, when you tap the screen, it does show you the time, and you swipe to the right, and that's how you see your notifications. Let's swipe to the left, and to the left, maybe you can put your phone on silent or vibrate from this screen. That would be kind of cool. Or maybe you could swipe up and have different options for swiping up and down. I think that would just really add value to this little screen. And the second thing I don't like about this phone is there's no 5G variant. So I've kind of gotten used to 5G. Obviously, it's nowhere near where it needs to be yet. And I'm using the 5G McLaren from OnePlus, and it's great. I wish there was a 5G variant for this phone. I wish they had just made it 5G like all the other phones. And I'm assuming it has to do with how big the antennas are, and it probably couldn't keep the profile the same with the antennas. So I'll give them a pass, but I do wish it did support 5G. So anyway, guys, this has been our first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. At this moment in time, and this is 3 days from the launch, I can honestly say I am considering keeping this phone. But there's a lot more I have to see to really make that decision. Now, here's my question for you guys in the comment section down below. If you had $1,500 to burn, would you buy this phone? I'm curious to see if price wasn't a factor. Would you buy this phone? Is there enough value? Do you like it? That's my first question. My second question for you is this. Obviously, it's a very expensive phone. Is price the main thing that would hold you back from buying this phone? So, two questions. First one, you got $1,500 to burn. Would you buy this phone? Second question, living in the real world where it does cost $1,500 and you may not have that laying around, are you considering buying the phone, and is the price the main thing holding you back? Love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and as always, have a good one.